How would you like to feel? Fine or fabulous? Most women feel fine, frustrated, irritated, numbed, exhausted, and have accepted fine as normal. We have forgotten what it is to feel fabulous. We have forgotten the magic that is who we are. We have forgotten the magic of being a woman, being a human being, being alive. We have been told that pleasure is bad, is unnecessary, unproductive, distracting, even sinful. We need tools to reconnect, to remember who we are, to connect spiritually with our body, to connect through our body with our spirit, so that we can finally find the sense, the meaning, and the pleasure of serving, of being alive. I am Blanca Vergara, author of Women Were Wonders and One Couple, Two Careers. And for more than 20 years, I've been coaching women, high achieving women, to help them unclog the flow of love and personal power. Now, when the world is at crossroads, in liminal space between what it could become and what it was, it is imperative to awaken the divine feminine in all its glory, because that will be what will move the needle in this transformation towards oneness. If you want to improve your life, attract everything that you want to magnetize in your life, and be of service, real service in this global awakening, you're in the right place. In this video, I want to share with you actionable practices, habits that you can implement to make pleasure a reality in your life. But before I do that, we need to talk about some principles and some fundamentals before you go and take action in the habits. And the most fundamental thing that we need to talk about is the cycle of pleasure that leads to suffering and the cycle of pleasure that leads to healing. Let's think about that image that I was painting at the beginning of the video of stress, constant stress. It really feels rest. Our boil, our blood boils, full of anxiety and fear. And when we are in that experience, we want to run away. And what do? We escape. We escape by looking at social media, by drinking alcohol, by overworking on everything that is over drinking, over exercising, numbing ourselves by escaping. And some people will say, well, this is what pleasure is. Well, no. Precisely this is the definition of what pleasure is not. When you are doing something that seems to be pleasurable, but at the end it doesn't feel good, that's no longer pleasure, that is escaping. And that is a way of numbing who we really are, our divine nature, our human nature, both the body and the spirit. You are numbing every single capacity that you have. So that is not pleasure. We have to see pleasure in a radical different way. Pleasure for the intents and purposes of this video, are in a complete different cycle. And this cycle kicks up with presence. Instead of going through life with fear, we go through life with open eyes, with presence. Presence, what is the moment telling me? In which way this moment is perfect? And we are really sprinkling pleasure in every single moment of our life, no matter how hard it is. You don't believe me? Believe Viktor Frankl, who wrote a book about this when he was in a concentration camp. How is it possible to find pleasure, joy, meaning in a concentration camp? He said that there is a deep, powerful sense of freedom in every single heart of any human when we're present to find meaning. We are in control of that finding the meaning. Nobody can take that away from you. That is what pleasure is for this video. Is to be present and finding beauty, finding divinity in the moment, in what is happening, with a judgment of this is good or this is bad. Money is not bad, but I prefer to have it. Illness is not bad, but I prefer not to have it. Presence. Being and accepting what is. Being in the moment. That is what pleasure is in this video. And I hope that after this video in your life, and what will lead towards this presence? This presence leads to a life that is expansive. And I purposefully chose not to put any word on this bubble because any word will make smaller the meaning of what I want to convey to you. When you are present, now you open the door to everything that you are wanting. You actually welcome the miraculous power of the present moment. So you are opening your life, you are opening your being to receive something that you don't even know that could be. I'll give you an example. I have teenagers at home, 11 and 13. My 13 years old super teenager with acne and, all those things that they say, mothers that are teenagers are so terrible and so difficult. I walk every single day with this boy with presence, with what is so wonderful of being his mother. What is so wonderful of experiencing this year with him? What is so wonderful in what happened at school? And you have no idea of the blessings that this boy brings to me, the conversations, the answers, the questions, the projects that he brings to me. It really expands who I thought I was as a mother, as a woman, as a person. Ah, when somebody else will say, "Oh my God, this is so much suffering to have a teenager." Oh, the contraction of what it is to be a mother, the worry that it will be. Instead, I'm opening to what it could be because I don't know what it could be. I don't know what he will say. I welcome it. It's just openness. It's like really like a blank piece of paper that you welcome to receive the miracles of life. That is what presence brings to you. And this is principle number one, that pleasure without presence is suffering. Pleasure is presence. Being in the here and now is what will allow you to really be intimate with life. You will be living a static life with the rain, with the dog, with the deadline, with anything that will happen. You will be open for miracles. Principle number 2, to make these habits work for you, you need to commit. You need to commit to adopt a brand new identity. You need to embody that new version of yourself that actually is no longer escaping, has the power to turn back to that thing that terrifies you and see it with love, because you can change what is. I invite you to start observing your dreams. And next time that a monster is chasing you in your dreams, you turn back. And instead of destroying that monster, by the power of your imagination, you are going to transform it into a flower. And this identity of the person who is capable to transform the drama of life into beauty is you, is powerful, is undefeatable with the power of love, not with small l, but really capital L, really divine love. Adopt that identity, and everything will change in your life. Principle number 3, to adopt these habits, you need to start by planning them. You see, I love my husband. My husband loves me. For quite some time, we were not going out for dates, really, for quite some time, until I put my foot down and I said, we are going this Saturday. And I put it in the agenda, and it was there, and it was going to happen. If you don't plan it, in this world of chaos and many things to do, it's not going to happen. Plan it, schedule it, put it really day and hour. Otherwise, it just doesn't happen. You have to train yourself. If you have been living in the world of escaping and in fear, you need to start changing into the world of presence and miracles by scheduling it. Later, it's going to become much easier and it will be an everyday occurrence. But for now, start scheduling it. Principle number 5, pain and pleasure can coexist. If in a day you really cannot see the beauty in rain or delayed trains or the cry of your baby or the nonsense of your boss or the, I don't know, depression of your husband or whatever it is that you are suffering, forgive yourself. You don't need to be happy all the time. You are allowed to be angry and sad and desperate, and all feelings are valid. All feelings are valid. This is this being in pleasure doesn't mean that you are going to be trying to put yourself a happy face sticker every single minute of your life. It's not about that. It's about being present, being aware. What is what you feel? What is what you experience? What is real? It is about being awake when you are awake. So don't numb yourself with the positive self-talk that you have to be happy. You don't have to be happy. You don't have to anything. How do you like these principles? Have you found something helpful already? It would be great if you like this video And even better, if you subscribe to the channel, it will mean a lot to me. Thank you. Are you ready for the habits? Let's get cracking. Number one. Habit number one is put more space everywhere in your life. Sit with more space on your chair. Put more space in your agenda. Put pauses between your words. As you slow down, you will allow your body to feel those words, to sense the room, to empathize with others, to see what you are feeling, to connect with your intuition. Slow down. Slower than you think is necessary. Slow down. You are going to be amazed. The quality of your work is going to increase. The magnetic power that you are going to generate is going to bring you solutions like nobody else's business. Because you see, if we are running, we don't see the opportunities that are landing on our lap. You have to walk slowly to catch all the miracles that are going your way. Slow down. The universe walks at your pace. Mm, feel it. Dance. Dance to the rhythm. Dance to the rhythm of the world. Habit number two, breathe. Breathe. Ah, I love this habit. I can tell you when I was in my most masculine energy ever, or when I catch myself being very masculine, I don't breathe. I'm just working and no air in my lung whatsoever. Sometimes my husband tells me, "Hey, Blanca, are you breathing? Don't forget to breathe." Just breathe. You don't need to learn breath work. You don't need to learn a special technique to breathe. Just remember to breathe. The most important technique that I could teach you right now is to breathe deeply. You see, the lungs are a triangle. The more air you put down, the more there will be in your body. So if you breathe in and your tummy goes out, is that you're getting a lot of oxygen inside your lungs. And the more oxygen you put inside your lungs, the better your blood is, the more oxygen goes to your brain. Oh, many processes in your body get improved by just simply breathing deeply. Habit number three. Number three is connect with that source of pleasure for every single being in this planet, and that is Mother Nature. Walk barefooted, walk under the rain, swim on a lake, in a lake, swim in natural water, swim in the sea, swim in a lake. Get into the world of Mother Earth, feel it. Connect with it even when you are eating. Do a rampage of appreciation when you're eating and say, thank you for this tomato. Thank you for the each cell of this tomato. Thank you for the seeds. Thank you for the soil. Thank you for the person who put it, who took care of the plant. Just connect to nature and start a rampage of appreciation, a continuous rampage of appreciation for nature. You can do it big nature in the mountains, small nature as the raisin, Doesn't matter. She is complete and she's everywhere, no matter how wide your angle is or how small it is. Nature is just complete, even if it is a cell or it is entire continent. Connect with that wisdom, and that will fill you up with that sense of beingness and remind you that pleasure of being alive. Habit number 4. This is possibly my favorite. Art. Art. Make every single thing that you do in your life a piece of art with all your senses. You know that I paint. You know that this is a real painting that I made. I made it with my hands and with my feet, playing music. It was such a long piece of paper. It was 6 meters. Now I have divided it in two big paintings. It was such a joy. But you don't have to just do painting. You can write, you can dance, you can cook, you can make it a piece of art to talk to your children, to listen to your husband, to connect with the right moment. You see, my one of my ex-boyfriends was a musician in a very famous and high reputation orchestra, and he played the double bass. And he used to really give me long speeches about timing because he was a double bass, so plop, needed to enter exactly on time because 200 other instruments will hear the boom. And if he was too late or too early, everybody will be affected. Can you imagine if you saw your life that way? That you were in the right timing in your creation, and your creation is going to create ripple effects to people and circumstances that you don't even imagine. Imagine that your life is to be an instrument in a big orchestra, the big orchestra of the entire universe. So you're creating a piece of art together with everybody else. You are co creating. What if what you are doing has so much meaning for somebody else? Do what you are doing, everything that you are doing with massive love. An omelette, taking care of plants, doing the bed, an Excel file, giving a speech. Do it with love, not with stress of perfectionism that it has to be perfect, but with joy of doing it in the right time, in the right tone, because it belongs to the co creation of everybody else. That's pleasure art. Habit number 5. This is a question. And this is to make love, God, the best advisor that you have. Ask yourself the question, what will love do? Just ask yourself the question constantly during the day. Will love park the car here? Will love speak to my child this way? Will love speak to my customer this way? Will love speak to me this way? And this is a very interesting one because it's about boundaries. Boundaries is the place where I can love you fully while I can love myself fully at the same time. That's boundaries. And that is the complexity of this question. How can I love the world and myself at the same time? And when you listen to this, your body is going to tell you, ow, 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 pain in the shoulder. That's not the right decision. Butterflies in the tummy. Ooh, goosebumps. Yes. I have to take that decision. This is what I have to do. Even when you feel fear, it could be a yes. Just ask again to your body, what will love do this moment? Habit number 6. And this continues the subject of love, but in a slightly different way. It's about the appreciation. It's about how you can love the moment, how it is right now. In the same way that I was talking about at the beginning of the video, like Viktor Frankl talked about, loving even the concentration camp. And I have another example for you. Do you remember this movie of Gladiator? Go and watch it. The first few minutes are astonishing. There is the general, and he knows there is going to be a terrible battle where many, many men will die. He totally understands what the battle is going to imply, and he is the boss, and he understands the tension of that. But in that moment, just before the battle is going to start, he pays attention to the bird. He pays attention to the plants. Imagine that. Blood and destruction and war. And he gives himself a second to look at the bird. This is how you can find pleasure even in the most difficult circumstances. When you're saying goodbye to the dear one that's passing, you can find the poetry, the beauty, the pleasure by looking at the relationship, by looking at the opportunity that this is. Instead of thinking, reframe it, instead of thinking, I have to do this, is I get to do this. Find what is lovable of each and every moment. Find it, or even make it lovable. By you being present, the moment gets transformed. You know it. The universe is basically empty, and the only thing that gives shape to the universe is the observer. So be the observer and observe what is lovable of the moment. Habit number 7. This is listening to your body. Your body always tells you the right thing because it's connected to your intuition. It's connected to divine. Your body knows. Listen, do you have suddenly a headache? Hey, stop. It is a moment to pay attention why you have that headache. It could be simply the fact that you haven't drank water for a while, or that you haven't slept, or that maybe what you are doing you shouldn't be doing. Your body will give you the opportunity to correct your direction. When you listen to the sensations of pleasure of your body will guide you. To be able to listen to your body, you need to soften. When you're under stress, you basically feel nothing. Have you noticed when you're under stress and you try to caress yourself, you don't feel anything? Instead, when you are relaxed and you calm your muscles, your sensitivity is way higher. So if you want to really listen to the guidance of your divine guide, your body, you need to soften. A practical way of listening to your body and to allow the sensations of your body to flow and you become aware of them, I suggest to you that you dance with the sensations of your body. As you dance, oh, my shoulder hurts. Oh, what happens if I move like that? Oh, my hands feels like going that direction and my feet feel like going that direction. And suddenly you are going to start creating art, creating pleasure, creating guidance, connecting to your intuition. and you are going to take better decisions. You're going to magnetize even more joy and abundance into your life. Even if I love all these habits are useless if you don't implement. And you will not be able to implement if you don't work in modifying, in shifting who you think you are. If you don't shift your identity, you can force yourself to do these habits and they will not work because it will be just based on willpower. You don't want that. You need to shape, you need to shift your identity. So, if you want to do that, I have you covered. I have a video precisely on that, how to shift your identity for massive change. I link it here. You want to watch that video because complemented with these principles and these habits, you are going to be massively, massively magnetic and also very happy. Have a wonderful day, and I see you in the next video.